Hello, my fellow ground pounders. I'm joined here today by my beautiful girlfriend.
Hello.
We're going to be taking a look at the Outer Worlds.
I just love the art in this.
Oh, yeah.
Hibernation chamber. 10 short years will feel like minutes. Oh my god, this is so freaky. Whoa.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. The colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes?
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck!
The heck? This is crazy.
So what I really wanted to just show you with this was kind of the tone at first, and really to set up the story. Um, this game is really exactly what Mass Effect needed to do, and exactly what everybody was kind of probably hoping a little Fallout, the new Fallout game would be. And instead, Fallout 4 was just really a game that I primarily use just for shooting things, not for talking to people. It's been a very long time since I've played a game with, for the sole reason of like talking to people and getting to the
Hmm.
bottom of stuff and genuinely caring about the outcome of a world or a situation. And I genuinely care about the outlook of these situations, and everything here is so unbelievably beautiful and
Wow.
interesting and vibrant. And
Yes.
and it's so funny because so much of this game is simply cues taken. Oh, and here's just another part that I literally laughed out loud. Look, I was wondering what he was talking about, right?
Yeah,
What's he talking about? The whole squashing thing.
I don't know.
He, there you go. He put the beacon down, but then stood right next to the beacon. So the guy that was
What?
supposed to rescue me, I ended up squashing and landing on.
No. Oh gosh, that's not good, is it?
No, but I just thought what a funny way to introduce the world first. I just thought what a funny, interesting way to show me the world. And this is primarily what the game is now,
Mm-hmm.
is talking to people and then shooting stuff. And it's amazing to me how similar this game is to successful games that I've loved dearly in the past. Um, like, I don't know if you've seen that Moon Man, the little Moon Man mascot.
I don't think so.
He's got a top hat, he's got a
No, I
little
don't think so.
monocle. It's so similar to the Pip-Boy, you know, the little Fallout guy with
Yes,
curly
yes.
blonde hair. And there's just so many things like that another thing that they do is they personify items or things and bring them to people to elevate the story and to elevate the items and the like there's something called Auntie Cleo's stuff, and it's literally like an old ant drawing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's and just stuff like that makes you love it more because of how much care was put into it and puts a face to these things.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I really think that's a lesson that they learned from Fallout, because these guys, this company, worked on a Fallout game. They were like basically commissioned to make a Fallout game,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't have enough time really. They didn't have enough resources. But what did they do? They made an amazing Fallout game, and it really made me love Fallout. And at the time, I wasn't well versed in video game politics and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that it wasn't the original team that continues to make Fallout. I thought it was this company called Bethesda, which sounds weird when I say it. But this company named Obsidian. Oh, and I always invest a ton of points into Persuade.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just this really nice, casual talking to people, and like sometimes when I talk to people, I'll literally like drink tea and stuff,
What
and
is
just
disabused? I never heard that word. I
oh
think she has lice. She keeps scratching her head.
yeah. But I just really love talking to her, and she gives a little hint here and there of some really cool mysteries that are
Mm-hmm.
going on, because you think, oh, everything's fine, and there's actually she gives some really good hints about like and just some cool stuff that I really don't want to spoil, but it's a wild, wild, fun
Mm-hmm.
ride. And this is really all Mass Effect had to do. And I'm not trying to discount what Obsidian has done, but this is all Mass Effect had to do, was make a game that you just go around space and it's like the Wild West, and it's not a piece of garbage. I mean, I see you smiling so much, and when I made my Mass Effect Andromeda thing, you didn't smile once, and neither did I. Like
Mm-hmm.
this. I mean, you liked the designs of the aliens,
Mm-hmm. I did.
But again, they didn't really do that. That was old BioWare.
Mm.
Anyway, just very cool, and I just really love what they've done, and I've been so happy playing this game.
Oh, I'm really happy to hear that.
It's almost brought to my attention how dry in how there's such a drought of this sort of game, and it's so funny that I even notice until now. It took this game to bring to my attention that there's nothing out there like this.
Yeah, I know that every time I come in and you're playing, I just end up standing there just staring at the
It's
screen
true.
because it's either like so fascinating, the conversation's very interesting, and it makes me wonder. It like I'm curious what's going on, and I just think the characters have a lot of depth, and or sometimes I just think it's just so beautiful. Some of the, sort of scenery, if you will. And yeah, I've really been kind of, interested in this as well.
I'm so really glad to hear that, and it's so funny. I have been anytime you've entered the room when I'm playing this game, I've been unable to take my eyes off this game pretty
Mm.
much. You know how usually you come in and I do pause it and
Yeah.
I listen to you? I'm being completely honest. I have no idea what you're saying sometimes. I just say, sure. I just get the situation wrapped up as quickly as possible.
I kind of figured that out, but
And then after you leave, I'm like, oh boy. I hope that doesn't bite me in the ass later.
no, I'm
Because
not.
I sometimes I don't know if you're like telling me we need to do something or I need to do something.
Well, if it was really important, I'd let you know. But I guess I'm always really happy to see you so content and happy because, you're pretty busy, demanding job, commuting, and then some other responsibilities that you have as well. So, anyways, I just really always I enjoy sharing it with you, and I'm glad you're happy playing it too.
Yeah. Thank you so much. No, there's a little bug in here. You think I'm making signs to you? No, it's just a little bug.
I was like, what are you doing?
No. But but this game is just so magical, and it's taken so many cues from successful games, and it does elevate it a little bit due to good writing. But for the most part, it's just so logical what you'd do if you were making this game,
Mm.
if you were making a fun game. So I just really can't imagine why it took this company that I don't know. I just don't understand, but it doesn't really matter. I've played so many amazing, mind-blowing games this year, and this is just another one of them. I was trying to rate my favorite games this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was trying to figure out where to place Nier Automata with Sekiro,
Mm.
but I don't know if I'm in a bad mood because I immediately put Sekiro higher, even though
Really?
I've played and I've been obsessed with Nier Automata.
I mean, I think there was a lot of action and challenge in Sekiro, and I think you were like really like so into that. But I feel like you're super happy and like totally engaged in this too.
Yeah,
So I'm
no,
kind of surprised, but then again, some of those like boss battles in Sekiro were like pretty epic, um, and that was like a visually beautiful game as
yeah,
well.
yeah. So I mean, I've played Fire Emblem, which was that really beautiful and amazing strategy game.
Hmm.
I've played Sekiro. I've played Nier Automata. Just and now I'm getting to play this game.
Mhm.
I mean, it really makes me realize, like, oh my God, there's such a drought sometimes. And another thing that I'm doing while I'm playing this game is I played it on the hardest difficulty. And some complaints that I'm reading about in reviews and stuff are that the combat's not that difficult, which is so dumb because that's up to the player to raise the difficulty. And one of the reviews I was reading said that once he raised the difficulty, he's got his ass kicked and then he lowered it again. So it's like, wait, you're complaining about the combat, and then as soon as you raise it, you immediately go back to the boring combat because it was too
Mm.
hard?
Huh.
Lazy buttholes. That's what reviewers are.
Oh,
Um,
I almost forgot. I'm contractually
but
obligated
anyway,
to recite Plague got you feeling woozy?
That kind of,
Self
I don't know,
woozy
it's
was Spacer's
completely
choice.
off subject, but I have to
Go
laugh
ahead.
because so
The hope?
okay, so you, of
Who
course, you know
never gets
I
to drink by that
work
name? Wait,
in,
now,
with elderly people, and so I'm at the desk and the phone keeps ringing and I keep picking it up and it's one of
you
the
feeling a bit
residents and I
flushed?
keep saying
Look,
hello and no
what?
one's there. So now I'm a little concerned, so I keep trying to call back and he
Would you
goes,
keep your
"Oh,
voice
I'm
down?
sorry.
You're gonna
I
get the
think
whole
what
cantina written up.
everyone says
The
is I
hope's
butt
spoken,
called."
all right? 60,
I'm like, "Yeah,
70-year-olds
that's
vocal about
something
that.
like that."
Or you
yeah,
don't approve of spreading seditious rumors and
That was such a
gossips.
random story, but I don't know
You're
why it
inviting
just
trouble talking
reminded me.
that
I
way.
well,
forgot
that
to
was
tell you
And
awesome.
that.
I don't want to
Thank you.
break it.
So just real quick, I'm playing on a higher
Look,
difficulty
either
in this
shut your
game,
Uh
gob
huh.
or stick
and the
to your
higher
lane. I'm
difficulty
done talking about
is
this.
uh, is really fantastic. Um,
Coming right up.
it gives you these little survival elements, and it forces me to use things that I otherwise would have never touched. Like, I don't think in the lower settings of the game you have to drink water and eat food and sleep,
Mm-hmm.
but they put those little survival
Not
elements in the
Best Choice,
hardest
it's
one,
Spacer's Choice.
and
And before
it
you ask, I'm
forces
all out of
me
deluxe saltines. All
to
I've got is gourmet.
really use items in my inventory that I never would have used before,
Mm-hmm.
think about things differently. Like before I go fight an encounter, I'm
Go
like,
right ahead.
should I sleep first? Because if you don't sleep enough, you
What,
get
need more water?
bonuses taken away
Okay.
from you and
Oh,
stuff.
This
So
is
your
it.
stats are
I mean, this is the
reduced,
correct
and
number.
that's not good since the
It's
combat's so hard because it's on the
right.
521.
hardest
Couldn't be
difficulty.
happier.
I mean, if you get lit
Wouldn't
up,
spend
you
my
are
life
dead.
Ooh.
anywhere else.
And if your companions
Just
die, they're
tag
dead
on to it.
permanently.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so like it really raises the stakes. And when I was first playing this game, it really gave me that sense of fear and respect for stuff because the littlest
You are
peon
condescending to
enemy
me, and I do
could
not like
ruin
it.
my life.
I am
Mm.
lucky to
And
have my work. Lucky to be alive. I don't
it's
get paid for
just
banter. Was there something you needed?
it's just so phenomenal,
Mm.
to have that
Go
breed of
right ahead.
challenge that really pushes me. Like
Mm.
every single time I see a vendor, I have
Other
to
than
buy
yourself,
water from them.
definitely the
And I
victim. Don't get me
never
wrong.
ever would have
Seen
done
things
that
from
if
hell.
I
Cut from a
Right.
broken
wasn't
cloth.
forced
No
to.
subscriptions.
Mm.
And I
But
am
there's something
always
about him that
using
bothers me.
money now
Like he's
because I
never
accidentally
honest.
gave myself a drug
Sometimes I
addiction
suspect he
too.
doesn't
I know
care.
that was so fun.
Yeah, I just thought like, I,
An accidental drug addict. That's
yeah,
good.
so,
I don't know
and
anything
now I'm
about
always
vice.
having to
We are the
like
very picture of
pop
what a
pills and
physical
take
victim.
stuff, and I don't know how to fix that yet. I don't know how to get myself like withdrawal. So I just
You have
keep
got the wrong idea about me.
popping
I want
pills all
nothing
the
with these
time.
That's
drugs.
so weird that you
Some of us
can't
who get
figure out how
sick are
to,
liable
like,
to
there's no
exaggerate the condition.
But it's almost
easy way.
great
Yeah.
The fact
because
is,
again, it
you work
forces
hard,
me to use a
I come
bunch
home
of
to work.
stuff that I would always consider too precious. Like now I
So back
found
to
this drug
routine.
that makes me
It ain't
walk
just the law of
faster.
nature.
So instead
It's
of
company
always using the
policy.
health drug, I'm
Making
using the
stupid
drug that
expensive
makes
and
me
Mm.
walk
effective to
faster too
society.
sometimes to
Spacer's choice is
satisfy my
imagination
craving.
for the
And it's like,
individual
well,
worker.
I
Natural
never would have
selection's
done
working.
that
Right.
if I didn't have this flaw. And so I've been taking a bunch of
Medical
flaws that
science will
suck.
embrace you
My
one time,
hero
and you
is
must
a
recover
piece
on
of
virtually
garbage
no
right
ground.
now. Every time I jump,
We might
every
as well
time
talk
I'm
about
scared
something
of
else.
heights.
Rambling about
I'm
company
scared
policy
of
gets me feeling all
dogs.
lightheaded.
I'm scared of these other little things.
Mm.
I'm I'm a
Wow.
drug addict. And I've got some other oh, I'm scared of plasma technology. Like my character
Wow.
just is constantly scared of stuff.
Wow.
But I keep taking all of these things because I just think it elevates this gameplay. Just very cool.
Yeah, so it's a kind of different experience for you.
And have you enjoyed the all the talking?
I do. I actually really like that. I really like the characters.
And these are just side characters. Like, I'll
Yeah.
never talk to these people again. This was just to satisfy one story in the beginning.
But it really does help you sort of to understand the mentality and all of that, you know. Kind of does give you insight into things. It's very interesting, you know.
It feels like a book.
Yeah,
That's what it feels like to me.
that's
Um,
pretty cool.
High adventure, high stakes, and then just chilled out chapters where you're just talking to people. Very cool stuff.
Hmm.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to show you tonight.
Oh, cool.
Thank you so much for watching this with me.
Oh, I enjoyed it. And I enjoy you enjoying it, if that makes sense.
Of course, that's very
Like
sweet.
I've always felt that way. I've always you know, you're very passionate about it. You really enjoy it. You're very intelligent about it, and um, I'm always super happy that you have this.
Well, that's
You know.
it's very kind of you. I just really appreciate these games because even if they kind of suck, I
Hmm.
always find something that I like. And this game, it's just, I mean, look at the art. Like, I think somebody drew this.
Mm.
Somebody dreamed of this. There's little anatomy loading screens. And somebody must have studied anatomy things, learned to copy them, and then made these anatomical drawings
Mm.
of their fantasy animals. I'm just having such a fantastic time.
Oh, that's really
And I'm
great.
so happy to share it with you. If you wouldn't mind signing off.
Of course. Well, thank you as always for showing me, letting me into this world. It's pretty cool. And I hope everyone enjoys it and uses it however they need, relax, unwind, or just, enjoying it or learning about new games, whatever. But please like and subscribe. It means the world to us. And good night.
Good night. Thank you.